They told you it was temporary. They told you to just push through. They told you things would get better if you just worked harder, waited longer, smiled wider. But here you are, same room, same thoughts, same suffocating loop. And the worst part, you can't even explain it. You wake up, you go through the motions. You survive, but you're not living. You're not moving. You're frozen in a glass cage that no one else can see. And every day that passes, the weight gets heavier. Not because something terrible happened, but because nothing is happening at all. You're stuck, and you know it. And that knowledge is eating you alive. Let me tell you something they won't. Being stuck isn't about circumstance. It's not about your job, your relationship, your bank account, or the city you live in. Those are just symptoms. Being stuck is a psychological prison you built brick by brick without even realizing it. You didn't sign up for this. You didn't wake up one day and choose to feel paralyzed. But somewhere along the line, your mind convinced you that staying still was safer than moving forward. And now you're trapped in a loop so tight, so invisible, that even when you scream for help, people look at you and say, "But you're fine." And that's the cruelest part. You look fine. You function. You show up. But inside, you're drowning in quicksand, and every attempt to escape only pulls you deeper. Here's the truth they don't want you to hear. The people who feel stuck aren't weak. They're not lazy. They're not broken beyond repair. They're just stuck in a state of learned helplessness. You've tried before. You've set goals. You've made promises to yourself. You've started over 100 times. And every single time, something inside you sabotaged it. Not because you want it to fail, but because your brain has been conditioned to expect failure. It's protecting you from the pain of hope. Because hope, my friend, is the most dangerous thing you can give yourself when you've been disappointed too many times. So your mind does what it thinks is merciful. It shuts down the desire. It kills the ambition before it can hurt you again. And you sit there numb, telling yourself this is just who you are now. But let me ask you something. Do you remember the last time you felt alive? Not happy, not comfortable. Alive. That moment when your heart was racing, when you didn't know what was going to happen next, when you were terrified and exhilarated at the same time. When was that? Years ago. A decade, maybe never. Because being stuck doesn't just freeze your progress. It freezes your ability to feel anything real. You've become a ghost in your own life. You watch other people take risks, chase dreams, fall in love, fail spectacularly, and you sit there wondering what it must be like to care that much, to want something so badly that losing it would destroy you. You don't want anything anymore. Not really. And that's the most terrifying realization of all. The psychology of feeling stuck is rooted in one simple mechanism. Your brain craves certainty. It doesn't care if you're happy. It cares if you're safe. And safe, to your primitive mind, means predictable. Even if your life is miserable, if it's predictable, your brain will choose it over the unknown every single time. That's why you stay in relationships that drain you. That's why you keep jobs that kill your soul. That's why you scroll through your phone for hours instead of working on the thing that might actually change your life. Because change is uncertain, and uncertainty triggers the same fear response as standing on the edge of a cliff. Your brain doesn't see the difference between taking a chance on a new career and jumping into a pit of snakes. It's all just danger, and so it keeps you locked in the familiar, even if the familiar is slowly suffocating you. But here's where it gets darker. The longer you stay stuck, the more your identity becomes tied to being stuck. You start to introduce yourself with your limitations. I'm not good with money. I'm just not a creative person. I've never been lucky in love. These aren't facts. They're stories. Stories you've told yourself so many times that they've calcified into your sense of self. And once that happens, Trying to change feels like trying to become someone else. It feels fake, fraudulent, like you're betraying who you really are. So you stay, you defend your stuckness. You justify it. You build an entire philosophy around why this is just the hand you were dealt. And anyone who tries to shake you awake becomes the enemy. You know what the saddest part is? Most people who are stuck don't even realize they have the key. They think they're waiting for something external to change. A better opportunity, a stroke of luck, someone to believe in them. But the lock was never on the outside. It's in your head. And the key is so simple it's insulting. It's permission. Permission to fail. Permission to be bad at something. Permission to want more without a guarantee that you'll get it. But you won't give yourself that permission because you've been burned before. You've embarrassed yourself. You've fallen flat on your face while people watched. And the pain of that humiliation is so seared into your memory that your brain would rather keep you small than risk it happening again. Let me tell you about the invisible chain. It's not physical. You can't see it, but it's wrapped around your throat. And it tightens every time you think about breaking free. It's made of shame, regret, and the voices of everyone who ever doubted you. It's your parents telling you to be realistic. It's your friends saying you've changed. It's that teacher who said you weren't smart enough. It's every rejection, every failure, every moment you tried, and it didn't work out the way you hoped. And over time, that chain becomes your identity. You start to believe that staying stuck is just who you are. That this is your lane, your ceiling, your fate. And the idea of breaking that chain feels impossible because it would mean confronting every single link, every wound, every lie you've been told and told yourself. And that's too much. So you stay, you justify, you cope. Here's the thing about being stuck. It's comfortable in the worst way. It's the comfort of a warm bed when you're late for something important. The comfort of a slow poison. You're not in immediate danger, so your survival instincts don't kick in. But you're also not thriving, so your soul starts to wither. You exist in this gray zone where nothing is terrible enough to force you to act, but nothing is good enough to make you feel alive. And that gray zone is where dreams go to die. That's where potential rots. That's where people spend decades sleepwalking through a life they never wanted, wondering where the years went. And society loves people who are stuck, because stuck people are predictable. They consume, they obey, they don't cause trouble, they don't challenge the system, they don't take up space, they quietly endure. And the world rewards that with just enough comfort to keep you from revolting. A paycheck that covers your bills but not your dreams. A relationship that's stable but not passionate. A routine that's safe but not fulfilling. You get just enough to survive, but never enough to thrive, and you start to think that's all there is. That this is what adult life looks like. Compromise, sacrifice, settling. And anyone who tells you otherwise is either lying or lucky. But here's the secret they don't want you to know. The people who break free aren't special. They're not smarter. They're not more talented. They're not luckier. They're just more willing to sit with discomfort. They understand that being stuck is a choice disguised as fate. They see the invisible chains, and instead of accepting them, they start pulling, not all at once, not dramatically. Just a little bit every day, a small decision, a tiny risk, a moment of honesty, and over time, those small pulls add up, the chain weakens, the cage cracks, and one day they walk out. Not because they were destined to, but because they decided that suffocating slowly was worse than the terror of the unknown. You want to know the real psychology of people who feel stuck? It's not that they can't move. It's that they're terrified of who they'll become if they do.